center of you, the center of the circle. Eventually we'll expand that to be the center of the oneness. That'll be fun. Wait till you feel what that feels like. The path to understanding oneness is through the self. It may be counterintuitive, but the only way for you to access oneness is to know your wholeness. When you connect to the center of you, be sure you're connecting to even those places that are uncomfortable, even those places that trigger you, even those places where you have shame, fear, anxiety. Connect to those places too. You can't ignore those places. We know it's not exactly easy, but we're really going to set you on the course of seeking them out, looking for them, finding them. Where am I still hiding from myself? What am I still hiding from myself? How can I find the things I'm hiding from myself? Where do I wish to not be? What do I wish to not think about? Where am I trying to skip? The idea that you speed bump over. It's a really good way to say it. The triggers are there. They're the speed bumps in the road, and instead of slowing down and sort of seeing what there's there, you just try to drive over them fast, and they jostle you, and then you try to get your center on the other side. There's so much gift. There's so much gift there that we watch you go over them fast. We watch you skip over them. The big triggers have been hard. We've talked about it. Your big trigger, your big trigger, your big trigger. You all could sit down and write a list out, and you could, everybody that you know in the group, you could write down what their big trigger is. You know each other's big triggers. You know your big triggers. When your big trigger comes, you say, ah, here you are again. Yes, yes, another layer. Yes, yes, I can't believe you're still here. Yes, yes. However it goes down, you say yes, yes to your big triggers because you know them. Now, you might not like it, but you don't try to hide from it because you've learned that's not going to get the job done. It's those little ones. They're sneaky, and you must, and we say that with intention, you must not speed bump over the small triggers. Just because they don't quite get your heart rate up to the same level as the big trigger, or they don't make you sweat, or they don't make you fearful, or they don't throw you back into the past quite as far, or off into the future quite as far, that does not mean they aren't vital. And in fact, they're excruciatingly vital at this time. What's the littlest trigger that you've tried to hide from? What's the smallest one you've caught and said, I have been ignoring you? The places that you're unconscious are your deepest exploration now. Looking, seeking, knowing. It's always been right there in front of me, and I've always ignored it. It's not loud, it doesn't scream. Well, we're going to say this. You don't want them to be loud and screamy because you already know what it's like to deal with the big ones, and it's not that easy. So we don't want them to get loud and screamy. We want to catch them when they're smaller. But if you're ignoring them, they have to get loud to get your attention because you can't have wholeness or oneness without wholeness. And until you have wholeness, you will seek, and not in a comfortable way. The discomfort of engaging your small triggers is minute compared to what happens when they have to get big to get your attention. Seek them out. And ask yourself, am I being in my own energy? Over and over again. In random situations, in the car, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, at the grocery store, in the bed. Am I being in my own energy? If you want oneness, you must go through wholeness. The only way to wholeness is to be in your own energy long enough to be aware of all of you. If you're outside of your energy, you're missing an opportunity to know something of you. If you're outside of your energy, You are missing an opportunity to know something of you. Many, many people say, I want ascension, I want ascension, I want ascension, I want ascension. This is not something that you reach for. It's something you reach into yourself to discover. We're going to let the visionaries come in and continue.